I'm the Saint, and I'm back.
He's calm, he's cool.
Damsels in distress are a weakness of mine.
And he's in Australia.
Sydney can be a very dangerous place.
A family is torn apart by a greed so strong.
Have you any idea of the danger you're in?
I don't think so.
It'll lead to betrayal.
I love you, dear.
And murder.
Did you try to kill Harry?
Only Silent Templar stands in their way.
Who are you?
Templar's the name.
Make a date with The Saint in Australia, presented by Subaru, next Monday on the 7th.
I'm back.
He only ever makes great albums, this guy. Now here's his new one, Cliff Richard, Stronger. Cliff Richard sounding better than ever on his new album, Stronger.
To stop a man with the strength of Rambo and the endurance of the Terminator, you need Chuck Norris. Silent Rage, 8:30 Wednesday.
Tonight Live with Steve Vizard is brought to you by Honda and Pizza Hut.
You don't have to do that. Hey, wasn't the Masters golf fantastic on the weekend? Hey. Tight old game, but I thought Greg had that Fido covered the whole way. Philo, Nick Faldo covered the whole way. Oh, no, Nick was playing well until the second last hole. I mean, and I don't blame him for sort of collapsing. I mean, if he'd won, he would have had to wear that yellow jacket in public. And what a prize. You play 4 days of world-class golf in stinking hot conditions and they give you a canary yellow jacket. Hooly-dooly. I mean, if I was Norman, I would be ropeable. Like, where's my khaki jumbo cord flares and my paisley tie? I wish I hadn't said that, really, Paul. I mean, it's really unfair on Feldo when the Channel 7 tailor comes out and measures Norman on the night. I mean, it's a giveaway. One of those little giveaways. I mean, Norman has won 6 times now. 6 times. 6 of those yellow jackets. Great golfer, 6 yellow jackets. I mean, what do? You're going to start up a formal wear hire shop in Malta? Love it. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but frankly, I am a pretty hot golfer. I go around in about, what, you're talking 67 or even quicker if I'm in one of those little buggies. I'm sorry, Kevin? I played on the weekend. I was going great. I was fantastic until I double bogeyed on the windmill. And then I lost 3 on the loop-the-loop tyre. But it's a mean game, mini golf. Mean game. Got a hole-in-one on the 4th. Got a 2-in-1 at the kiosk. There you go. Actually, Paul caddied for me. Paul Grabowski carried for me.
That's right.
Caddied.
I caddied for you.
You did?
Yep.
Wasn't too hard, Paul, carrying around that one little putter.
I had my hands full caddying for you. You
Yeah?
give me this pencil, you give me a scorecard.
The pencil, the scorecard.
You give me the putter.
The putter.
Then the 2-in-1.
Yeah, I know. What an arsehole I am. Is that swear box?
The swear.
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry. But I managed to reduce my handicap. I sent Paul home on the night. I'm a member of a golf club of the Royal and Ancient Rosebud Seaside Mini Golf Areum. 3-year waiting list, and that's just to get out. No, I watched the Masters. I did watch the Masters. I didn't play, though, of course, because I'm protecting my amateur status. One day golf will be an Olympic sport, and I'll be there. If you can pass the old drug test, Paul, I'll be there. Have we met Paul? Paul Grabowski. Paul's got a great trick shot. He can hit 2 balls simultaneously by standing on a rake. Ah, dear. Thank you. Guests, have we got guests? We have got guests coming out of our golf buggies tonight. Channel 2's current affairs commentator, host of his own show, Peter Couchman. All right. He's not that good. Now, Peter's pretty used to the ABC. We gave him a glass of water early tonight, and he wanted to pay for it. Kate Ceberano will be taking us... She's good, isn't she? She's great. Kate is taking us on a musical tonsil warble and will be accompanied by Count Grabowski and his musical counters. So there you go. And of course, Elvis Presley is well and truly dead. There you go.
No, it's not.
He's not. Paul is indeed Elvis Presley. But we could banter like this for hours, but we're not going to. It's time to meet the newsreader with the mostest, Jennifer Kite. Jen, let's have some headlines, please.
Okay, Steve. The election campaign warmed up tonight with Andrew Peacock launching a personal attack on the Prime Minister and high-profile Liberal candidate Ian McLaughlin linking profit with the environment. Truckies and timber workers still not happy after blockades disrupt traffic and halt the flow of goods in 3 states. Protesters on Sydney Harbour defied death and the law in support of rainforests. The Australian production of a famous musical bound for East Germany, and the singing hire car driver who hits the road with a high C. We'll explain all about that later in the show.
Thanks, Jen. We'll be back after the break with Peter Couchman, Kate Ceberano, and much, much more. See you then.
Making it happen, making it quick, making it thin, oh, making it thick, making it easy, making it right, tasty and cheesy, making your night, making it your way, straight to your doorway, making it fast, making it last, making it early, making it late, Pizza Hut, making it
Dine in, takeaway or home delivered. Fact. Mitsubishi dealers are stocked with sale-priced Magna sedans and wagons now. Fact. You'll get the deal of the decade on Australia's most awarded family car. Fact. Magna offers the perfect blend of power, economy, comfort and features. Fact. Drive Magna with the deal of the decade. Get all the facts straight from your Mitsubishi dealer today. Who else but Mitsubishi?
Yoo-hoo! Hello, dear.
Hi, Mum. Just got to finish this lot. I've tried so many dishwashing liquids, but they just don't have the power to clean like yours.
Well, where's the wash-up? Here, try this. For value, power and performance, you can trust South Australia's own J-Sol wash-up.
It's fabulous.
It's super strength. And with the economy whole, it lasts and lasts and lasts.
Super strength dishwashing liquid. Wash up with J-Sol.
You wouldn't do this to your muesli. So Goldcrest don't do it to their new muesli bars. They've got less fat than any other muesli bar. Goldcrest Muesli Lights. Remember the name, you won't forget the taste.
I like my hair very straight, short, up, shiny like this. I don't mind long. What do you reckon? Beauty.
Pears, of course.
Cool. Pears. 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 I like my hair straight. Oh, yeah.
Pears. Why use anything else?
Nobody knows Adelaide like 7.
Making news tonight, some processed food may be in short supply in Adelaide as a direct result of the New South Wales truckies blockade. Adelaide petrol prices set to nudge 65 cents a litre as from tomorrow. A move to change home milk deliveries from morning to afternoon meets with a sour response, and Adelaide golfer Jane Crafter hits the jackpot in Florida, winning her first US tournament in 9 years.
Nobody knows Adelaide like 7.
It's Monday and life's not bad, is it? Could be a lot worse. Hey, right now it's time for the top 7. Tonight's top 7, the top 7 ways for the pilots to raise $6.5 million very quickly. Very quickly. Number 7. Apply for a loan from the Rothwell's Bank or the Tricontinental Bank or anyone else who will give you that sort of money if you tell them your name is John Friedrich. Number 6. Kidnap Greg Norman. Sorry, Greg. Number 5, organise a nationwide door knock to protest against the Hawke government, and when you get inside a house, knock off their VCR. Number 4, take a job with Colombian Airlines catering specifically for the Colombia-Sydney route. The 4th top way for the pilots to raise $6.5 million very quickly. Oh, I'm sorry? Third? The 3rd top way for the... So very quickly, thanks, Kev, get a raise. Put that guy on notes. Shut up, Paul. Everyone makes errors. Listen to his planes occasionally. Number 3, start up another golden airplane game. I like number 4 better. Number 2, borrow $250, buy the Brisbane Bears and hope like hell they'll win the premiership for the next 20 years. And of course, number 7, only joking. Number 1, sew gold braid on the uniform, corner the hotel bellhop market and steal suitcases from rich guests just like an airline. You too can participate in this mirth and merriment by sending in your own facts either on the father faxer, which looks like this, very, very close, or the mother faxer, which looks like that. The numbers are 008 032 077, and keep them coming in. And let's, while we're on the subject of faxes, let's have some viewer faxes. It's time for viewer faxes. Good work, guys. Good work. Roughly in the vicinity of the studio. Excellent work. Steve Vizard, are the music director's ears really that low on his head? Or is it just No, to be fair, Paul, it says, or is it just the way he wears the cans? That's from Gold Coast Radio Broadcasting Company Proprietary Limited. Doug Garsky, I think it is, promotions manager. Yes, they are that low on his head, Doug. Dear Mr. Steve Vizard, I would like to ask you a small favour. Could you please help us out as we are having great difficulty in two areas? Financial sponsorship of our American football team and a name for the team. The team is compiled of under-16s from Red Bend Catholic College and would be grateful for any assistance. Regards, Samuel Green. Thanks, Samuel. Young guitarist Doug DeVries. Yes? So he's married. He plays a mean guitar. Does he give lessons from Lovestruck? Do you give lessons, Dougie?
You couldn't afford me.
I think she's prepared to pay heaps. And one more. There's, in fact, an article in the Green Guide, which is one of the local TV papers, and it says... It says that they were offering, it's a computer firm, and they're offering, they had a Nelson Mandela release sale. Can anyone see that? A Nelson Mandela release sale, just at the top there. That must have been one of the more tasteful offerings in the last few months. That was indeed Viewer Facts. There are probably very few working journalists who know as much about Southeast Asia as our first guest tonight. He's worked all the bars there. He has worked and lived in these areas, reported on the events, including passionate reports on the people, and he's won international awards for his journalism. He's currently got his own show, Couchman, on the ABC, which is talkback television on current issues. He's a former variety show compere. Please welcome Peter Couchman. How are you, Peter?
I'm fine, thank you.
You really do talk like that, don't you?
You know, when you did the send-up of me on... I always thought I was pretty much unsend-upable.
Yes.
And we got a tip that you were having a look at us, you see. Yes. And I thought, OK, so the gestures and so on, that'll be it.
Yeah.
And one of my son's friends was studying that night and had the television going and thought, OK, Channel 7's on. And he heard my voice. And he thought, no, wait a minute, what's Couchman doing on Channel 7? And he came in and it was you. It was incredible.
You liked it, did you?
No.
Thanks, Peter. If you could tell your solicitors to withdraw those proceedings. Your show, Couchman, is basically a situation where you've got people from different spectrums and they're all contributing their views. Do you see your job as the man in white? Are you the umpire?
I suppose in a sort of a way I am, but really what I think I have to do most is to put people enough at their ease to be able to draw them out so that it's not so much keeping the warring factions apart as giving people the courage to say what they really think.
Do you ever let your personal viewpoint intrude, or have you ever been tempted to let
No, that came up. We did a program on smoking, and it was essentially on the civil liberties of smokers. Should people be, should smoking be banned in public buildings? Do smokers have rights? And I thought, because I'm not a smoker, I have been, but I'm not. And I thought, do I say at the beginning of the program, this is my prejudice, I am not a smoker, but we're going to do this discussion. I thought, no, if I'm doing my job properly, nobody should know whether I smoke or not. So we did the program, and we got a lot of complaints from people saying, well, it's easy to see Couchman's a smoker because he favoured the...
You were too neutral.
I was quite pleased, actually.
Yeah, and those Marlborough signs in the background, really. Peter, you have... no, Marlborough signs. They were Benson and Hedges, incidentally. You've been quoted as saying, your show, this is Couchman, talkback television where society's issues are discussed in a civilised way. We've got a bit of tape I'd like to show you, just to suggest how civilised it indeed is. Have we got that tape there?
Will you sit down, please?
Oh, you're not going to have
No, I'm not going to have you on. Will you sit down,
chance
please?
to answer you.
Will you sit down, please?
And you're telling me, well, you're insisting that I sit down. You
Will you sit down, please, Sir John?
Well, really, why? Give me a chance to answer. To give something to you. Why won't you? I mean, Al's doing it. Why won't you?
Will you sit down, please?
You won't answer me at all.
Will you sit down, please, Sir John?
No, you're a very strange man. Why don't you sit down? Why won't you answer me?
That was one of the hairier moments.
Sir John didn't look the best that night, Peter.
He was a bit wobbly.
Do you put it down to anything in particular? You're not going to respond, eh?
He had a woman companion that night.
You put it down to that?
I don't well, in a funny sort of way, I do. I mean, even 80-year-old men will make a fool of themselves for a woman. She was goading him on. She kept saying, go on, get him, get him, get him. And there he was, you know, up there saying, yeah, come on out the back and I'll fight you, you know.
It was extraordinary television. I mean, I happened to be watching that. It was great. Do you edit your show at all?
Well, that one, I mean, we normally do the program as if live. We don't do it live like you do, but we tape
because this is in fact live television.
This is live.
As live as it gets.
We tape it on a Wednesday evening and then we turn it straight around. But that night, because we wanted to plug into what was going on at that function at the Lakeside Hotel, not that much, we taped it the night before. So we had to make a decision, were we going to cut that or were we not? And the ABC had mixed feelings about whether we should or we should. I said, look, please don't cut it because television is so sanitised now. People never, ever get to see things going wrong. I mean, we get everything...
They should watch this show occasionally.
But you see, in a sense, you're pretty well unique because there's not much live television done where you have to get through on your wits.
It's amazing. On Friday night, we never use any sets on our musical numbers. And on Friday night, we decided we'd use this tiny little thing it just had a hinge. It was like a Monopoly board, and the hinge broke. I mean, and so there were these guys over there with drills and stuff, and there were supervisors and technical for our tiny little set.
Yeah.
You've worked as a compere of a variety show, haven't you, on Channel 10?
Channel 10, yeah.
And you've also worked at the ABC. How do the two different, the commercial television and the ABC compare?
Well, I suppose I expected commercial television to be very different to the ABC. In many respects it wasn't, but in other respects it was. I mean, I don't know if I'm being fair in judging commercial television by my experience at Channel 10 10 years ago, because it was pretty much Wild West out of Channel 10 in those days. I mean, there was a lot of drinking on the set.
Yeah?
Nobody here.
Oh, no.
But we used
to pass the can over there, Mike?
We used to give the guests, we have coffee here, but we used to give the guests a glass of champagne, but most of the champagne was disappearing behind the scenes, you see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some nights, by the end of the show, I was the only sober person there, I think. But we had a guest one night, it was Audley Gillespie-Jones, a lawyer, who'd written a book called The Lawyer Who Laughed Last.
Yeah.
And Audley's only got partial sight. He wears shaded glasses and has a walking stick, but he's not conspicuously blind. Anyway, as he was coming up to be guided onto the set, he said to the floor hand, listen, just be a bit careful because I'm a bit blind. And this guy said, oh, don't worry, we're all half pissed too.
Peter, hang around with us. Hang around with us. We'll keep this chat going, but we'll just throw to the break on that thing you mentioned, the thing we did on Fast Forward last year. Have a look at this.
So until next week, say good night from Couch Person, and don't forget to join us next week. We're looking at the ABC and where it's going wrong.
Yo, I'm cool, man. I'm number one. I enjoy what I do. I do it for a living. And anything I do it well. See, y'all don't understand this. Life is what you have and what you make of it. I gotta be cool, man. Yo, I gotta be split. It's life, man. If you don't do what you want to do, then you're a statue.
The Sleepy Hollow free base offer is now on at all 3 stores. Buy this Sealy Posturepedic mattress and the base is free. Buy this Lullaby mattress and the base is free. Buy this Sleepmaker mattress and the base is free. Buy this Simmons mattress and yes, the base is free. No risk of buying the wrong bed because at Sleepy Hollow you get the right advice, the right price and a free base too. Sleepy Hollow, Adelaide's very own bedding consultant. Ooh, Sleepy Hollow, Grenfell Street City, North East Road Valley View and South Road Clovelly Park.
John, isn't it time we updated our fridge?
Are you kidding? We did that 5 years ago.
Try 10 years?
Really? Mm-hmm. Can we afford it?
We'll rent to buy from Radio Rental. Now...
This is live television right around Australia. My guest tonight is Peter Couchman. Kate Ceberano coming up after this. Peter, a bit of a surprise. We've got John Gorton. Please vote. No, I'm joking. No. You old thing, you. You see the look on your face there? Oh, dear. Could someone clean this up? Peter's done it. As if, Peter's using it. Have you got any tips? You've done a variety show. Have you got any tips for me? You know, I'm into week, what's this, week 4? Week 4. Thanks, John. John Deeks is holding up week 2.
By week 6, you do it on remote control. I mean, when you're doing it 5 nights a week. You see, we used to cheat a bit because they said to me out of Channel 10, you can never do it at 10:30. I mean, A, the crew won't be sober, but you won't get people coming out there at 10:30 at night. But, so we used to tape, and we'd do 2 in one day. We'd do Thursdays and Fridays on Thursday. Yeah. And one memorable week, they actually put the wrong tape to air. So on Thursday night, up I popped introducing Friday night show, and whoever put the tape on my first commercial break thought, oh God, I put the wrong tape to air. Changed the tapes. So after the first commercial break, I came back... Different guests, different suit, and nobody noticed.
That was really the problem, Peter, wasn't it? Peter, on your show, you get people to ask questions from the audience, and I think it's only fair that we, in fact, get people to ask questions of our guest tonight. Is anybody... Has anybody got any questions for Peter Couchman?
I don't think I like this.
No, come on, Peter. You dish it out. There's a person in the front row there, yes?
Yep. In your opinion, who do you think will win the next federal election?
Peter, in your opinion? And well, no, we want a one-word answer.
You want a one-word answer?
Do you have an opinion on this? There's an election being called, Peter.
Opinion. It's not a yes or no answer. I think the people in 10 marginal electorates will decide who's going to win the election. I think the rest of us don't matter.
Right.
There are 10 marginal electorates. Those people will decide who wins.
Do you have a view on which way they might swing?
Not. I think they haven't got a view themselves. That's the problem.
It's that close, isn't it? It really is. There's a person wearing a rather interesting turquoise shirt up the back there.
What was the blue about with Sir John? Why wouldn't you answer him?
What was the blue about?
Yeah.
Well, basically, he didn't want to sit down. I mean, he said his piece, then he wanted to say it again, and he wanted to say it again, and he wanted to say it again. And he basically didn't want... I mean, he must have been dreadful to work with for the Speaker of the Parliament when he was there, because he likes to do his own thing.
Instead of sitting, he would have been up. Have we got the girl in the... Are you two together? The girl in the turquoise dress?
No. I'm wondering, Mr. Couchman, can you do an impersonation of Steve Vizard?
Oh, no!
Come on, Peter. You know how to do it.
I tell you what, the only thing we've got in common is the teeth, I think.
The teeth aren't bad, are they? And you're humming through that coffee at a great rate of knots. Any other questions of Peter Couchman? While we've got him here, this gentleman here with the dark hair.
I'd like to throw across to you for a moment, Steve. Has the Australian Television Network come good with the Black Zarb yet?
Has the Television Network come good? It's not something I really want to dwell on. Actually, I'll tell you what has happened. If I can just... can we move that camera in, please? This is something... Jack, just bring her in. Right, this is a sincere moment. The wonderful people at Honda Australia have... 'Cause, 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 who are integral to the success of this network in receivership have taken it on themselves to, in fact, give me a Honda Legend for a week. And I thought it's a wonderful car, but it's not a black Saab, is it? And it is a great car. It's a great car. It's the sort of car, for example, that Ken Morgan might be interested in. How do we get a line here? We just try this. Sorry, Peter. I actually hadn't planned to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. 596. I won't say Ken's number. We're now ringing Ken Morgan.
I think he's got one for me too.
Do you want one? Ken Morgan, the car dealer. I'm now ringing Ken Morgan, the car dealer, in the presence of Peter Couchman. This is live television. Music to ring a car dealer by. Ken's out stealing tyres. Do you know Kenny Morgan, Peter?
No.
Wonderful man. Great valuations on Honda Legends. Ken Morgan, unfortunately not available tonight. He is unfortunately otherwise engaged. Do we have one more question? One more question for Peter Couchman, the gentleman wearing the thing.
Mr. Couchman, you're known as being very honest and authority on everything. I'd just like to ask you, and it's a question that's been troubling me and a lot of other people. Is it really coffee in that cup, or did I slap some scotch in it?
I'll tell you later. I think it's really coffee. When I went to Phnom Penh once, I arrived on a public holiday. I think it was a New Year's Day or something like that. And so everyone was pretty relaxed. The war went on, but all the correspondents were pretty relaxed. And they said, listen, we're having this cake. Do you want some? And it was a bit like the coffee. I said, sure. I had the cake. I still don't know what was in it. It was LSD or it was marijuana or something. And I had a briefing with the military.
Well, let's not go into that right now, Peter. We'll be back with more after the break. Hang around,
I'd like a lunchtime pan pizza, and I don't have a lot of time for lunch.
The $2.99 lunchtime pan pizza from Pizza Hut. Supreme, Hawaiian, and the manager's special. Just for one, just for lunch. In just 10 minutes, or it's free.
I'd like a lunchtime pan pizza, please. And I'm in a bit of a hurry.
The $2.99 lunchtime pan pizza from Pizza Hut. Ready in just 10 minutes, or it's free. Dine in or take away.
How can you get a European hotel from $38 a night? In the book. Where can you get a hire car from $19 a day?
I know. The book.
How can you see 500 historic sites for $36? The book. And reserve tickets for top London shows before you leave home?
The book.
Only one book lets you put together your own favourite holiday. The world's favourite holiday book from your travel agent or British Airways.
Research shows 4 in 10 people sleep in meetings. But if we spend a small fortune on a shiny new computer...
Computer? Wrong! All they need to make their word processing look better is a unique Canon laser printer. And they can get one for under $3,000.
Gentlemen, this is what we need.
I say, is it time for lunch?
Canon laser printers for presentations that will wake the dead.
What's the matter, mate? That table's broke. Leave it to me. And they thought they'd be stuck there all day.
Nissan Patrol with Nissan's exclusive 2-year warranty. The best four-wheel drive down under.
It's unbelievable.
That's my car.
It's been 2 lonely years since your romance took a break. Now it shows up on your wedding day to save you from a big mistake.
Take a shot of, take a shot of, take a shot of comfort. Take a shot of Southern comfort. Take a shot of Southern comfort.
Sunday, the Spaceballs are coming to 7. With all your favorite heroes.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
And all your favorite villains.
These are the hot.
See John Candy.
Barb.
Michael Winslow. Rick Moranis.
I can't breathe in this thing.
And Mel Brooks.
What's the matter with this seatbelt?
In the hilarious television premiere of Spaceballs. Sunday night on 7.
It's actually a black Honda Legend. A black Honda Legend. And if anyone's... Does anyone out there know how to open a black Honda Legend? Detail. One of Australia's finest singers, a great talent. She's one of the best entertainers in the country and indeed in the world. She's singing Tell Mama. Please enjoy. Peter,
Well, indirectly. How do you do?
Sort of, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, guys.
Aren't they good
Oh, what an audience.
You've known Paul Grabowski, Count Paul Grabowski for a while, haven't you?
Yes, I've known Paul for a while.
How long have you known him for?
Oh, goes back many, many moons.
Weeks?
Oh, at least a couple of hours.
Yeah.
No.
Now, just back from
no,
OS, Kate? Just back from overseas? It's
I'm sorry, you're talking Australian. I know, I'm not
technical
used to it.
term I use.
Yes, I'm back home, and very glad to be back home.
Did you do much shopping over there? Because you're a spendthrift, basically, aren't you?
That's the biggest load of property I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah, I did buy a bit, but mainly it was just working, sort of shopping for producers, really.
Did you...
Well, I bought my hat.
I was going to ask you about that. Where did you pick that up?
I picked this up in England, actually, because I saw Kylie Minogue, you know. She was all over the place. She had hats like this, so I thought maybe I could
You're going to go right for it. Now, listen,
better.
am I right in saying Australian Recording Industry Awards, the ARIA Awards, you have, get this, 7 nominations, including Best Album, Best Single, Best Vocalist, Best Hats. Am I right?
Oh, well, Kylie and I actually sort of, you know...
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But she's got good hats.
Are you delighted about that? Or I suppose you'd be pretty annoyed about the whole thing, really?
You're going too fast for me, and I can't hear you. Let me just...
Pull it right off the ears.
I can breathe now. Yes, it's me, the real Kate Ceberano. Yeah, I'm pretty rapt about that. I think it's good. After 8 years, you know, it's sort of, you sort of feel that to get an acknowledgement like that is sort of worth it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I only got 5 myself this year, but it's a whole separate... Somebody said you do your best thinking. It may have been Peter. Peter may have said it. Somebody said you do your best thinking on the toilet. Did you say that, or did you not say that?
I didn't actually. I thought you looked rather charming in that hat. No, but I actually didn't say that. What I said in fact...
Peter, credibility, is it important in the entertainment industry?
What I said is, you know, I get inspired at extraordinary moments and just, you know, anywhere.
It could happen anywhere.
Absolutely anywhere.
It happens to me occasionally. On that very credible moment, we'll be back with more after the break.
Yo, I'm cool, man. I'm number 1. I enjoy what I do. I do it for a living. And anything I do it well. See, y'all don't understand this. Life is what you have and what you make of it. I gotta be cool, man. Yo, I gotta be splish. It's life, man. And if you don't do what you want to do, then you're a statue.
Oi, sunscreen?
Do I have to?
Stops your skin getting sick.
How can skin get sick?
If you get sunburned, it gets sick.
Oh, come on then.
I haven't finished my All Brand. It's like you need sunscreen to keep you healthy on the outside. I need All Brand to keep me healthy on the inside. Be careful.
Now, how are you going to protect yourself?
As the highest fibre cereal, Kellogg's All Brand keeps you healthy on the inside. Sebastian thinks he's got problems.
Everything okay, Seb?
Fine, Dad.
Nothing you want to talk about?
Then he meets Sparrow. Sparrow has a few problems of his own. Seems like everyone wants to talk to him. They're a pair of opposites with a lot in common. Sebastian and the Sparrow. Life will never be quite the same again for either of them.
Two 1 6 6 1 Newsmart. Easy. Newsmart. Easy.
Newsmart. Oh, there. Maximum edition here with a wee bit of sensational magic for you. Get to getting your unwanted goods, you know, those bits and pieces you don't use anymore. Say the magic word, 2166 111 Newsmart classified, and whoops, man, it turns into cash. Newsmart classified in the news. It's magic.
2 1 6 6 1 Newsmart. Easy. Newsmart.
Easy.
Newsmart.
Easy. At some furniture stores, you'll need at least $5,000 to buy this. On the other hand, for around $5,000, this is what you can get from Freedom Furniture. 2 beautiful lounges, a coffee table, a mirror, a pair of sofa tables, 4 stylish lamps, a side table, 2 vases, 3 scatter cushions, an elegant buffet, a magnificent dining table, 6 imported chairs, a couple of prints, and a beautiful sling chair. Freedom Furniture. Good design, great prices.
John, isn't it time we updated our fridge?
Are you kidding? We did that 5 years ago.
Try 10 years?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can we afford it?
We'll rent to buy from Radio Rentals. Now, will it be Westinghouse, Hoover or Kelvinator?
Well, that's up to you, dear.
Aren't you glad we went to Radio Rentals?
Well, you can't beat the security of their rental plan or after-sales service.
Hey, I can see you've made good use of the fridge.
Just a little party.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Welcome to Oxford.
Rob Lowe goes to university.
How exciting.
And a higher education isn't his priority.
She's more beautiful than I thought.
But now there's one major problem.
He beat me. He's better.
One red-blooded all-American boy falls for a blue-blooded English lady. It's enough to start the colonial war all over again.
Are you ready?
Now the test begins.
Go!
Tuesday.
I am not a loser.
Rob Lowe in Oxford Blues on 7.
This is Live Around Australia. I'm here with Peter Couchman and Kate Ceberano. We're just chatting about things on this Monday night. And right now it's time for some news with Jennifer Kite.
Thank you, Steve. Hello again. First, the election campaign. The government and opposition promised us lower interest rates. The opposition said they'd spend more money on roads. And Andrew Peacock made a personal attack on the Prime Minister. It was not Mr. Hawke's day. At different times, he ran into angry pilots, angrier truckies, and just when he thought it was safe to get back into campaigning, this.
A weapons testing range the size of England in the heart of Australia. That's exactly what the Hawke Labour government is standing for.
Mr. Hawke was launching a new magazine. A few hours later, opposition leader Andrew Peacock was launching a new attack on the Prime Minister's ability to control himself.
He walked off the set in presenting a speech. There's some pressure on him, obviously. Now, for a Prime Minister to react in that way in a campaign, there's a lot of pressure. He ought to be able to control himself. It becomes the news of the day. Now, his own credibility within a matter of hours is called into question.
But in the rural splendour of his property in South Australia, new Liberal Party candidate and possible leadership contender Ian McLaughlin may have created a new headache for Mr. Peacock today. The former National Farmers Union chief will probably upset Green voters with his views on conservation. Protection of the environment, he said, is up to those who can make a profit out of it.
You can say, well, that sounds pretty harsh, but I mean, tell me how else it's going to get done. I promise you it is not going to be done by greenies sitting in the top of gum trees.
And the news tonight is that there are hundreds of millions of dollars of freight on roads in 3 states, but it's not going anywhere. The reasons are all protests, but the protests are all different. Adding to the blockades which are stopping freight on New South Wales borders, rebel truckies have now put a ban on the waterfront, which has stopped all movement of container cargo in that state. They're trying to put pressure on the Greiner government over speed limits, but the issue is becoming a tennis match between state and Commonwealth, and the truckies are becoming frustrated.
We don't want to strike. Nobody wants to strike, we want to work.
In Victoria, the issue is logging in national estate forests, and today they came by the 100 to Parliament House to demand a meeting. First, they got a confrontation with the Greenies. The meeting with the Premier came later. That resolved nothing either. People in the New South Wales coastal town of Eden are on the side of the Victorian loggers, though. The town all but closed today as a gesture of support for the protest in Melbourne. But Greenpeace had logging in another location in its sights. 40 protesters on Sydney Harbour risked their lives trying to stop a ship carrying rainforest timber from Malaysia docking at Darling Harbour.
I'm prepared to die. I'm prepared to